Have you ever wondered why you have been going to so many online interviews and yet you have not been getting hired? Here are some super tips to help you in your next video interview. Choosing the perfect spot is critical, as it will create the first impression to the interviewer. Avoid places that have potential sound distractions such as coffee shops or co-working spaces. Stay away from spots that will distract your interviewer such as your busy living room, dirty bedroom, or untidy study room. The ideal setting is a quiet and tidy room in which you can shut out any distractions. Always ensure that you are at the spot with the strongest Wi-Fi and GSM reception. Try to settle down near a window as natural light is best. The person who is well prepared has already won half the battle, and this applies to the interview as well. Different interviewers might use different technology apps. Consider signing up for a free trial. Watch tutorial videos to familiarize yourself with the tool. Use headphones for the meeting as the laptop mic and speaker is usually lower in quality. People can forgive bad video, but bad audio will tank your call. Remove all distractions that can happen during the call. Silence anything that could interfere with your conversation, including your phone and email notifications on your computer and even pets. Standard rules still apply as per a normal face-to-face interview. Show up 10 minutes early as it may take you a while to log on. Dress in full interview attire top and bottom. View yourself through your webcam to make sure your outfit looks professional on camera. First impressions matter, and your appearance is important to making a good one. Prepare questions of your own and thoroughly research the company to show your interest. You can stick post-it note cheat sheets with notes and questions to see during the interview. Good communication is important to get your point across and create that connection with your interviewer. Maintain eye contact by looking into the camera as often as possible, especially when you are speaking. Focus on listening when the interviewer speaks so as to show interest. Smile and nod when necessary. Be conscious of your body language. Present a positive image by ensuring you are sitting up straight with good posture. Speaking more slowly can make you sound more confident and intelligent. Having a backup plan gives you the confidence to fall back on something when unforeseen things happen. Before your interview, contact your interviewer and agree upon a backup plan in case of technical glitches. Transitioning to a phone call or rescheduling for a later time are both possible solutions. If the problem is outside your control, the interviewer will understand. Most importantly, do not stress too much. Online interviews are commonly used in the first round of candidate interviews because they save the company time and money, and they level the playing field for applicants. Good luck!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to all participants who joined this online training. Thank you for making your time to register this online training. How are you today? As we know, we are currently in the mood of working from home, so I wish that all of you in the good condition and have a good health. First of all, this online training is about strategy and tips to attend online training. We will start our online training shortly. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Afza Aina binti JUNAIDI. I will be the one of the trainer for today. Okay, I would like to introduce our team. We will be the trainer for today online training, and we will share and present to all of you for today. First of all, I would like to ask for the participant to scan the QR code for attendance purpose. Basically, what is online interview? An online interview is an interview conducted through an online chat, video, or audio platform. As technology develops, it is becoming more convenient and cost-effective for employers to conduct job interviews online. Virtual interviews reduce transportation costs, speed up the interviewing process, and allow hiring managers to interview non-local candidates. As we know, currently we are in the mode of working from home for the MCO, so that this online interview is become more familiar to us, so that we must know what is the preparation that we can do before we attend the online interview. Okay, basically here is a 4 topic that we will cover for online training today. The first one is how to make the best interview impression. The second one is what to do before the interview. The third one is how to handle the interview. The fourth is what to do after the interview. Basically, we can see here is that we can teach you from the preparation during the interview, how to handle the interview, and what we can or what you can do after interview. We can teach you and we give you a few tips as a guideline for you. First of all, the first session is how to make the best interview impression. Okay, to impress your interviews, you will need to be able to demonstrate that your qualification and experience make you the best candidate for the job. This means knowing what they are looking for, understanding what you have to offer, and being able to quantify your success. It also means coming across as a likable person who will fit in well with the team and help the company achieve its goal. Needless to say, communicating all these things during a relatively short conversation can be challenging. Get insights into the process and set yourself up for a successful job interview. We will go to the section 2, what to do before the interview. Okay, first, determine the best hardware to use. Select the proper location for the interview. Test all the technology. Schedule at least one mock interview. Plan for glitches. Complete full interview preparation. Okay, the first one is determine the best hardware to use. If you have a multiple device such as computer, tablet, smartphone, etc., choose the one you are most comfortable with and the one with the most reliable technology. For most, a computer will be best. If necessary, invest in purchasing or borrowing the best technology to use for the interview. Select the proper location for the interview. The ideal scenario for your interview location is a scheduled room in which you can shut out distraction and noises, control the lighting, and display a generic background. Ideally, you will want to have some diffuse lighting so as not to create shadow or glare, plus a plain wall as your background. You should have a location in which you can be seen on camera from about the waist up. Okay, the third one is test all the technology. Test your connection, test your camera, test your lighting, test your sound, test the video program. Make sure you understand how it all works and test it all again right before the interview commence. And this part is important. Okay, so maybe during the interview, suddenly the networking is not function and the camera not function, the laptop is not function. So we must test all our devices before attend online interview. The fourth one is schedule at least one mock interview. Under as closer to identical substation as possible, schedule an interview with a friend, colleagues, or family member. The fourth one is important. Okay, we need to practice before we attend online interview. So arrange with close family, arrange with close friend, and do the simple mock interview with them and practice communication, practice device, practice before you attend the online interview. The next is plan for glitches. Have a backup plan ready if something goes wrong the day of the interview. For example, confirm with the interviewer advance of the interview that you will switch to a phone call should technology or connection issue crop up. What I said before, we must test our device. We test our internet, we test our computer, we test our phone, we test our lighting, so that if something happen, we know how to do. For these tips, communicate with interviewer. If we can suddenly change to use phone if we have a problem with our laptop, so that interviewer will suggest you a few devices that you can use to attend the online interview. The last one is complete full interview preparation. Don't skip on your interview prep. The employer prepare respond to formulate a few questions. Means that prepare our outfit. use Blazer to attend online interview. Even though it's online interview, but employer will also see how we dress up to attend the online interview. Do not wear t-shirt, do not wear blouse, but wear blazer or other formal attire. And prepare question that you want to ask to the company before you attend the online training. Make a list, make a list and list a question that you want to ask. This is an important step for you, so that you know what to ask to the interviewer during the online training. Okay, what to expect? What should you expect during a virtual interview? Okay. So we will share you a few platforms that mostly employer use to conduct the online interview, so that you can make a revision on how to use the platform. Okay, the first one is Zoom. Everyone know what is Zoom. Currently, mostly company use Zoom to conduct meeting, to conduct online training, and to conduct online interview also. Okay, the second one is Skype. The third one is Google Meet. Mostly university use Google Meet to conduct online classes. The third one, Microsoft Teams. And the fourth one is Bisco Webex.
So now let me share to you guys what have in section 3. In section 3 we has how to handle the interview. First, you need to listen, where the best job interview often feel like a conversation, where both parties are trying to impress one another. To achieve this, remember to focus on listening, not for just waiting for your chance to speak. Not only will you be able to respond more effectively to their question, you will also demonstrate a valuable soft skill. So, with that, you need to practice listening carefully and speaking slowly and clearly. The more you practice, the more confident you will be during the interview. Next, for the second step is you need to handle question about salary in the right way. How? During the salary negotiation portion of the interview process? No, you are not alone. Less than half of respondents to a career builders survey said that they negotiate salary after receiving a job offer. And 51% of those non-negotiators said that they resisted because they were uncomfortable asking for more. First, you need to listen, where the best job interview often feel like a conversation, where both parties are trying to impress one another. To achieve this, remember to focus on listening, not for just waiting for your chance to speak. Not only will you be able to respond more effectively to their question, you will also demonstrate a valuable soft skill. So, with that, you need to practice listening carefully and speaking slowly and clearly. The more you practice, the more confident you will be during the interview. Next, for the second step is you need to handle question about salary in the right way. How? During the salary negotiation portion of the interview process? No, you are not alone. Less than half of respondents to a career builders survey said that they negotiate salary after receiving a job offer. And 51% of those non-negotiators said that they resisted because they were uncomfortable asking for more. The last step for section 3 is how to avoid typical interview blunders. Mistakes happen. Sometimes a question will stump you, or an unexpected situation will make you late. Many of the most common interview mistakes can be avoided with a bit of planning and some awareness of interview pet peeve. So how to handle this problem? Here I share some tips to avoid typical interview blunders. Do your homework. Prior to your interview, research the company to find out as much as you can about its history, product and service, customer base, management, culture and current event. By visiting the company website and its social media pages such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can gain a great deal of insight. Second, you need to demonstrate your interest in the company and the job. Know the job you are interviewing for and why you want to the job. Be dressed professionally. Turn off your cell phone and focus on your attention on the interview and the interviewers. And the last, be prepared. Preparation will help you demonstrate your interest in them and the job. You will also perform better in the interview when you are prepared. And here are some tips again for you guys. Remember, before you go into the interview, make sure your phone is turned off or on silent. The last thing you need is your phone going off in the middle of the job interview. And the most important is remember that salary is only one part of your compensation. That also important to evaluate benefit package when you are deciding whether or not to take a job. So you need to make a right decision. Next, I will pass to the next presenter for continue and share another tips for the job interview guide.
Thank you to Siti Nadia for explain section 3 how to handle the interview. Okay, I will share with you guys for section 4 what to do after the interview. Send a thank you notes. One of the most important part of the job interview happen after you leave the building. Sending a thank you notes. How important is it? According to an accountant survey, 80% of hiring managers say that they consider thank you notes when deciding which candidate to hire. The same survey found that only 24% of candidates actually send a post-interview notes. So if you take the time to say thanks, you will stand out from the competition. Okay, tips for writing a thank you note. Send it as soon as possible. Whatever format you choose, send your thank you notes as quickly as possible. You want the employer to see the letter while your interview is still fresh in his or her mind. You also want to send your letter before they make a hiring decision because the letter might help you change. Sell yourself. Use your thank you letter not only to express gratitude for the chance to interview, but also to briefly remind the interviewer about your key qualification for the job and to reiterate your interest in the position. Okay, next, mention anything you forgot. If there was an important point you forgot to make during your interview, for example, an important related experience you did not mention, you could briefly include it here. Next slide. This is example of thank you notes. First, insert interviewer name and say thank you to interviewer for taking time during the interview. And you can say in the letter your previous experience. This is to make the interviewer impressed with our experience. And don't forget to say in the letter to contact you if the interviewer have any question to ask. Okay, for second, what to do after the interview? Follow up the right way. What if you send your thank you notes and don't hear anything back? If a week or more has gone by or you are wait the amount of time specified by the hiring manager, it's a good idea to send a follow-up email to check in and reiterate your interest in the job. After that, let's go. Okay, next, follow up on a job interview. Why follow up? When done correctly, following up can not only get you the answer you need, but can also remind the employee why you are a strong candidate. Okay, when to follow up? During your interview, try to ask the employer when she thinks she will be able to get back to you with an answer. If you do not hear back from the employer by the day, wait a couple more days and then reach out. Okay, how to follow up? There are a number of ways to follow up with the employer. The best way to reach out are via phone or email. If you call the hiring manager, consider writing out a script ahead of time. If you decide to call, pick a less busy time of day to increase your chance of actually speaking with the interviewer. Avoid calling right after lunch or toward the end of the day. That's all from me. I will pass to Liana for continue.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for your participation to attend this online training. We hope you will gain a knowledge regarding the topic, and we hope all the tips, guidelines and strategy that we share to you, you will use if you have to attend the online interview. We wish you good luck if you have to attend the online interview. All the best. Okay, last one, we seek your cooperation to scan this feedback and evaluation form because your suggestion and your feedback is important for us to our improvement to do online training, and thank you for your cooperation.
We also face few challenges for this assignment. First, we find it is difficult to decide the topic that's suitable for today's situation. Second, it is hard to have all members at the same time for discussion as everyone have their own commitment and responsibilities. Third, we are still adapting to the new normal life situation. By this, the COVID-19 cases arises and this make us take extra precautions. But we do not take that challenges as a problem. The solution to overcome the situation are: we choose the topic online interview because it is suitable with today's situation. It is common method that an organization do as to comply with government rules and regulation. Second, we create group WhatsApp and have all discussion regarding this assignment. Even though not everyone can participate at the same time, but we have all the track record about the plan and ongoing progress of the assignment. And the last one is, as to follow with government standard operation procedure and movement control order, we keep our distance by creating group WhatsApp and updating and reminding each other about the task. If there is something that we do not understand about this assignment, we also keep asking and find solution and teach each other and complete the assignment.